Hi there. Just thought I'd add a bit of commentary to this PowerPoint explaining the research project. So you're going to be put into groups. There are going to be 6 groups per teaching group, and each group will contain 4 people, and you'll need to achieve the following. Detailed slides covering the bit of the astrophysics specification that you've been allocated. It will include images, clear text, graphs and equations. So that's something a student could take away and use to revise or make their own revision notes. I think really to make this work properly, you're going to need to do what I'm doing and record an audio commentary. We can explain how to do that if necessary. And you will need to produce some questions to make sure people have interacted with the material and a mark scheme, but a bit more details about that in a while. So the questions just need to be simple. We're not asking you to create an exam paper. Really just some questions to check basic understanding, either numerical, for example, I've said there, find the radius of a Schwarzschild radius of a black hole of a certain mass, or just a simple question about Doppler. What's the wavelength of the light of a star if it's moving towards us? And obviously you'll need to make another document with all the answers. These are the 6 topics we'll be looking at. We've tried to group things so they work together. So we've got exoplanets, Doppler and binary stars. That will be an exciting one. Life cycles and stars and black holes. Need I say more? What could be more exciting than doing black holes? Stellar classification and the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. That's all the way that the stars are classified, and the amazing Hertzsprung-Russell diagram and how the sun moves on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. The magnitude scale, which is how we describe to each other how bright a star is, and that then gets really exciting because you'll get to look at supernovas and how we use those as what are called standard candles for measuring the size of the universe. Blackbody radiation is an absolutely massive feature of astrophysics. And it turns out bizarrely that stars are perfect black bodies, and you need to investigate all the physics to do with that. And maybe you can challenge us to work out the power output of the sun and stuff like that, and the temperature of the sun. Hubble's law and evidence of the Big Bang speaks for itself. Quite a lot of different evidence, slight overlap with Doppler, but I don't think that will matter. This slide contains the groups, obviously not on this one because there are 4 different groups, so you're going to have to find the actual slides and have a look here. The top person in each list has got a little admin role, and I'll explain that in the next slide. So the group admin has 2 minor roles. First of all, we'd like you to set up some kind of group working space, just a few clicks. That will be outlined in the slides coming up. And by the 2nd of June, that's the deadline for all this work, you're going to need to have put into a folder these things, the PowerPoint of the notes, some questions and the answers to those questions. So when you've made your wonderful resources, PowerPoint questions and answers, then you need to head over to Teams, click on Files, and you're looking for the student work files and the name of the person who's the kind of link admin, and then you put the work in their folder. Couple of ideas how to work collaboratively. I think probably Teams is the right place to go, and I've enabled in D groups Teams, and I'll make sure it's set up in the other teams as well, that you can create what's called a channel. A channel is like a sort of mini team within a team, and it'll mean you can sort of share files and chat. They won't be private, anyone can look in anyone else's, but what it will mean is that if you're looking at exoplanets, everyone who's doing exoplanets can put all their comments there, keep their files there, and it'll just save it being a big jumble of everything being mixed together. If that doesn't float your boat, or the people who can't get that working, another way of doing it would be for the admin to create a folder in OneDrive and then share that so that people can edit, and then all the documents inside would be shared. You can only do that online, but once the document's opened, you can reopen it in the actual app if that makes it easier for you. This slide is just to kind of get you started on resources. Starting on the right, we've got the link to the AQA PDF it's really intended for teachers, but it does cover all the content really well. So if you're not sure about anything, can't find any information anywhere else, it'll be in there. Can-do list, which is a translation of the specification. We'll have a look at that in a moment into more student-friendly language, and a couple of YouTube playlists, my videos, I think about 15 now, and the Science Shorts Guides playlist as well. I'm sure you'll find absolutely loads of other resources on the internet as well. If you go through to the slide for your group, there's from the specification is what you need to know, and then you can always, if you want more clarification, either contact Rick or myself, or you can use the can-do list. Right then, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the fantastic work you're going to do on this.